world champion, the world number 2, followed in suit with a 3-0 victory against a 71-year-old Paul Lim. Is that the last time we'll see him on a world championship stage? Well, I wouldn't bet against him being back. He's been doing it for decades, hasn't he? Myself, Chris Murphy and Scott Mitchell are in position stage side at the Ali Paddy here on talkSPORT 2 to take you through the final match of the session. And I suppose in this one, there is no favourite, Scott. Charlie Manby against Adam Sevada.
No, I think it's very much one of those that's experience against youth. But in this actual stage, in this actual arena, there's nothing to go between them on experience. So, I mean, it's going to be a survival of whoever gets off to the start first, because the bookies can't separate them either.
Before we get into that, let's just have a word on the previous game. And firstly, what a reception for Paul Lim.
Fantastic, 71 years old. I got to be honest, when I met him again last year and he said, "Hello, Scott," my legs went to jelly and the legend to know who I was. That's how big he is in the sport. His longevity is second to absolutely none. I thought he was a bit unfortunate there. Luke Humphries, 115 average in the first set, kind of dictated where it was going to go, and I think he scared the old fella a bit.
Yeah, Chris Mason on talkSPORT 2 saying the first 2 sets were savage by Luke Humphries. It's almost like he saw the performance of Jan van Veen earlier tonight and thought, you know what, I'm going to put on a show as well.
Yeah, very much so. He came out, and you've got to put your stall out there as well, and put your stamp on the tournament, and have people talking about you, because while people are talking about you, your opponents are hearing about you. So it's not a bad thing. It gets in their mind. So your next opponents are coming. I think he looked in really good nick. You know, that was easy to be drawn into the sentiment of the game and everything, and he looked very hard-nosed, very straight in there. Wasn't going to make the mistake of a couple of years ago.
Great stuff from Luke Humphries. He's doing his media duties backstage now, including an exclusive interview with talkSPORT that will be available for you on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel, as we have had with every single winner. Very interesting one with Nathan Aspinall, who we commentated on, Scott, beating Leonard Gates 3-0. I asked him a question, just poked it to see if he'd give an answer, and he did. I said, how many contenders are there for this title? He said there are 6 left, and he named them all. Scott, see if you agree with this. Of course, he said himself, Luke Littler and Luke Humphries, Jan van Veen, Johnny Clayton, and Josh Rock. There's one notable name that he hasn't mentioned, Michael van Gerwen.
No, that surprises me, but maybe he feels that Michael's not in the right headspace to do it just yet. We never doubt the ability, and we never doubt Michael when he goes up there on this big stage. He absolutely loves it. The bigger the better usually for him. So, yeah, maybe, or is he trying to send a warning, a little mind game to him? It's one of those for me.
Do you agree with the rest? Do you think Aspinall himself's a contender?
I did. I felt that he was a contender at the start of his match. I felt that, and he looked in really tidy nick. That was a game that could have easily got away from him today, and he stayed very focused. Obviously, I've been at liberty to be able to hear some of the other interviews that he's done in the press room after, and he seems in a very good place at the moment. He said he feels like, you know, there's no issues with the throw, no issues with an injury, and he feels it's probably been a while, if he's being honest, that he's been here and not had any of those issues. So he's talking it nicely. So I'm going to say, yeah, I think he very much is a contender, and I think he's got another level from where he was today.
So 3 of those Ali Pally protagonists through comfortably this evening in the form of Van Veen, Aspinall and Humphries. But attention now turns to the meeting between Charlie Manby, the youngster from West Yorkshire, and Adam Sevada from the USA, the winner of this one, to take on Ricky Evans. And the evening has kind of followed the pattern of the afternoon, in the sense that the first 3 games have been comfortable, but the last game of the afternoon, the one that Ricky Evans won, delivered drama and thrills, didn't it, throughout, Scott? Can we expect something similar in this one?
So you're expecting a belter then? So yeah, I don't see why not. I really don't. I think we've seen a bit of Manby at the Modus Super Series, and we know that he has his moments. He likes to front run, he likes to score heavy, and when he's scoring heavy, the rest all falls into place. Sometimes when he's not quite scoring so heavy and he's not getting there in front, sometimes he has a leg or 2 off, and it's whether Adam Sevada can take advantage of that. There's nothing between them really, a point and a half, 2 points maybe in the running average. Percentage on the doubles, there's 2% between them, one on 35 and one on 33. So everything tells us that it's going to be a real tight game. It's going to be who handles the situation.
And it was a thriller in Charlie Manby's debut game, wasn't it? That infamous match against Cameron Menzies that will be remembered for the wrong reasons. Of course, Menzies, who ended up punching the table in the end, and that really caught the headlines. But there has been a statement from Cameron Menzies today. He's broken his silence, and he's done it in quite a classy way. In fact, he's done it in the way of wishing Charlie Manby luck. I'll just read that in full for listeners on talkSPORT 2 who may not have heard it yet. So, hi all, says Cameron Menzies, wishing Charlie Manby all the best tonight in his match against Adam Sevada. I have spoken to Charlie personally and apologised for my actions. He understood that I was caught up in my own moment of frustration and that it was nothing personal towards him or his win. It was very important to speak to him about that, and I'm grateful he never once thought I was directing anything at him. A huge thank you to everyone who's reached out with messages of support. It really means a lot. My hand is on the mend. Sorry again for last week, and I hope you all have a fantastic Christmas and New Year. Is that case closed, Scott? Draw a line under it?
It is for me. I think it is for me. I think for me it was closed after the incident. I think there was regret immediately after the incident, and I think that was probably enough for most. Yeah, okay, we're in the media side of things. Maybe he had to be dragged on a bit, but that does it for me. That's all sorted.
Right then, let's get the final game underway, shall we?
Ladies and gentlemen,
indeed, can't wait for this one.
Time to meet the players. Both players are into the second round in their debut year. Firstly, would you please welcome from the USA, the winner of 8 CDC titles, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Sevada!
Adam Sevada, the Reaper from the USA, makes his way down the walkway here at the Alexandra Palace. Got a win against Canadian opposition in his first game when he beat Matt Campbell by 3 sets to 1. Just walking up the stairs onto the stage now, ready for a place in the third round. He's the last North American standing after Leonard Gates fell to Nathan Aspinall earlier this evening. Can Sevada succeed where Gates could not? Time then for Charlie Manby.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pride of Huddersfield, England, a development tour winner. Time to meet Charlie.
I see him. That's sort of like heading him to have the perfect mentality off the board, and he's not got over into that walk-on. He's kind of not sort of rebelling having a walk-on, but you can see he's not overly comfortable just yet being Charlie Manby and the fame that he's had in such a short time.
You are listening to the World Darts Championship live on talkSPORT 2 in partnership with Village Hotels. Celebrate New Year's Eve at Village Hotel. Book now at villagehotels.com. Final match of the evening then, the penultimate night of action before a Christmas break. What are you going to do without the darts? Well, maybe tuck into some turkey rather than some tungsten. And we'll be back on talkSPORT 2 on the 27th, but we will of course be back tomorrow for the final day of action. Some big guns are going to play then. More on that at the end of this one, but Adam Sevada has the throw and it's game on in the second round at the World Darts Championship.
Yeah, well, Sevada opens up with 39, a wayward dart into the one. Manby will want to jump on that no matter quick as he can. And a 140, he does immediately turn the throw. So the bull-up is more or less non and void for this first leg.
Yeah, one of the things that you do find with the American players, and I think Alex Spellman actually said it himself, they do take the time to settle sometimes in these one-match affairs, because over there, Scott, they play from first thing in the morning to last thing at night, don't they? They go and play multiple tournaments in a day. They're not used to just preparing for a single match.
No, absolutely. He told me exactly the same. I was having a word with him this week, and he said, you know, they're long, long days. They play cricket, they play 501, they play doubles, and they cram them all into the day. They're 3 or 4 hour tournaments, and then they go on to the next one. It is a battle of attrition, and these types of things on stages with these sorts of audience, they're just not used to it probably, unless there's a World Series over there.
Well, Manby's made a quality start. 9 darts thrown against the darts. 1-2-1 left. Donned in his green shirt. The shade of green, if you've got a certain brand of chocolates over Christmas that are good quality, try not to give it away too much. It's that shade of green. I suppose that makes Adam Sevada the big purple one, does it?
It does indeed. Yeah, the chocolate you don't eat after 8, so it's not that colour. But anyway, yes, you're absolutely right. Manby then for 80. Another one of those a bit higher in the bed. Now he's left to the right-hand side open on the double top.
40.
Misses it right on the wire. Sevada back on 2-1-4, and it's his start. So you could say a slightly disastrous start here for Sevada, but it is only one leg.
128.
128 just to tap Manby on the shoulder, leaves 86. No more missing from Manby, and he finds it to break the throw in the opening leg. That is the start that Charlie Manby was hoping for. Brilliant stuff from the youngster.
Yeah, that sat him down nicely. He's gone to the table, had a little look at his little dust bag there and a towel, and he's kind of looks settled. I said he looked relaxed when he was waiting for the walker. It's the most nervous time for a player, when, particularly if you're walking out second, you've got to wait for the first player and watch him a little bit walk out and everything. He wasn't interested in any of that. He was laughs and smiles, waving at a few people in the crowd that were screaming at him in the family section near our commentary box. Looked totally relaxed.
Action from the Ali Palace on talkSPORT 2, the talkSPORT app and talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Charlie Manby against Adam Sevada, a meeting of raw next generation confidence versus American ambition.
57.
Two players who will see this as a huge opportunity to progress and take on Ricky Evans after Christmas.
Yeah, massive. We spoke about it earlier with the Ricky Evans game. The one that went through would fancy having one of these two in the next round between Ricky and James Wade. It's Ricky Evans that goes through, and these two in about 30 minutes we'll know, probably 35, 40 minutes we'll know who's going through.
He did win the CDC rankings last year, Adam Sevada, so he's the best player in America if you go by that metric. He should be their biggest threat in this tournament.
Yeah, he's won a few of their CDC tournaments. I think he has about 9 titles over there, which is basically their tour equivalent of our pro tours, really, is the way you have to look at it.
80.
1-4-4 for Manby, though, to double his lead as Sevada struggles to settle. Manby finds the treble 20, perfectly pitched, another double 12. Couldn't quite pop the cork on the champagne that time.
So Sevada now then to break back has got 160. It's a big ask, and it's not going on this time. His first start is above the treble 20. He's gone across to the 18s to try and cover. Back to the treble 20, only 58. So Manby now for 12.
Double 6, eastern side of the dartboard. Outside it, wrong side of that, and still can't find it. A little bit of shakiness on the outer ring so far, allowing Adam back in here.
Yeah, with the first leg you can get caught up a little bit on adrenaline, throw a little bit quick, not really know your range. But he's going to get back. Sevada's missed the treble 14 with his second dart to leave tops. So it's Manby again for 12 with Sevada sat on 48.
Yeah, he's been allowed these multiple visits to the doubles though, isn't he, Charlie Manby, and he hits his second dart this time to hold his throw. He's needing really to go through the gears because Adam Sevada has really not settled at all in this opening set, and Manby leads it by 2-0 here on talkSPORT 2.
Yeah, looked comfortable in the end. Yeah, wasted a few darts at it, but he won't be worried about that. The fact that he actually converted it is the biggest sort of thing there. He's not missed it. If he'd have missed it after 6 darts to Sevada, maybe robbed the 102, that would have been a bit disastrous.
He is one of the most talked about youngsters in the game, isn't he, Charlie Manby? Largely thanks to that incredible 130 average that he had at the development tour. That is remarkable.
100.
Yeah, his highest TV average was actually his last game against Gabby Menzies. So we know he's got levels above that. We do know that. So the more that you see, that record's going to be broken time and time again, you feel, with this fella.
He came through that round one game with confidence, showed exactly why his name does keep surfacing. Played with freedom and pace, no real sign of stage nerves, maybe down to the fact that he has played quite a lot of the Motor Super Series this year. Yes, it's a mini stage and a mini audience, but it's more than a lot of players had in the past, isn't it, in terms of preparation?
99.
Yeah, very much so. And he's been around good company for a while now, winning youth tournaments in England, youth sort of World Cups and things like that, alongside the likes of Luke Littler, Thomas Banks and Archie Self, who Archie Self himself was a world champion in the WDF youth tournament last year. So we know that Manby's got everything it takes, but sometimes you've got to go up there and get it for yourself, and he has all the mental power for that, for me.
Can he take out the 170? It seems to be going every match in this tournament. Oh, he can't find the second treble 20. So Sevada on 102 to get a set on the board.
Yeah, the 170 already gone twice today, hasn't it?
A leg, sorry, not a set. Getting carried away. 20 found, 82 left. Treble 20 stayed on. No problem with that, really. Certainly if he expects Manby to take this out, and then it will be a set on the board, because this is the third leg and Manby's won the previous two.
Yeah, both a little nervy. They're both under what their averages were in their first game, but it's now topped for Manby to take the first set, and he does that comfortably. Comes back, roaring at his family and friends in the section of the crowd where they sit. Sevada comes off, hands in pockets, not sure what's going on there. He's gone to regroup. Manby still out on the stage, loving the crowd.
Yeah, not quite champagne stuff yet from Charlie Manby, but he's fizzing along nicely. A little bit flat from Adam Sevada, allowing the Yorkshireman to ease into a lead, winning all three legs in the opening set here on talkSPORT 2, where Charlie Manby leads Adam Sevada by a set to 0. If you love your darts, whether it's league night, the local, or dreaming of a walk-on anthem, you'll know the right gear makes all the difference. Target Darts are the brand behind Luke Littler's rise. They've been with him from the start, crafting the innovative, high-quality darts he now uses on the sport's biggest stages. And now Target have taken the home setup to another level with the Omni Auto scoring system, instant accurate scoring, and a slick modern way to sharpen your game. So if you want the same equipment trusted by the most electrifying young talent in world darts, visit targetdarts.com and get on target.
It needs to be magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic. 180. Luke Littler, get on target. Magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic. 180. Luke Littler, get on target.
to be magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic!
180!
Luke Linkler, get on target!
The bright young talent that's on everybody's lips in the world of darts this year, looking super relaxed in just his second match on the World Championship stage. A lot of love and affection for him in the audience as well. He's been conducting them through a chorus of angels as he's returned to the stage, and he just looks at home, doesn't he, on the biggest stage of all.
Yeah, he definitely does. He looked relaxed before the start. He is absolutely on it up there. He's loving every minute of it. He knows where the cameras are. He's really enjoying this rendition of Angels in the break, and he came out dancing to it, looking relaxed. His family are jumping up and down to it. But now that as the music dies, it's back to being nervous for the family as they wait to see what happens here in the second set. And with Charlie having won the first, he is now in prime position to take the second with the darts.
Yeah, he's a bit of a cheeky chappy, Charlie Manby, isn't he? And he's strutting around the stage, enjoying every moment of the Ali Pali experience, as much as he would if he was a fan himself, amongst it all.
123.
Yeah, but again, we've got to be careful. Sevada's come out really going for it now. Opened up well with a 1-2-3. The rendition of Angels is a big clap that's just finished.
Yeah, and let's not forget that first set was against the throw. Charlie Manby breaking twice in that set.
29.
So he is in pole position here, no doubt about that, on talkSPORT 2. Don't forget another stacked double session tomorrow for you on talkSPORT 2, taking you right up to your Christmas break. Do come and join us. There's a brilliant lineup in the afternoon. Johnny Tatar against Ryan Meikle, Daryl Gurney versus Callan Ridge, Jermaine Watamaina versus Scott Williams, and the former two-time world champion Peter Wright against Arno Merck. And then in the evening, Danny Noppert takes on Justin Hood, Gary Anderson meets Connor Scott, Michael Van Gerwen takes on Willie O'Connor, and Josh Rock ends the pre-Christmas entertainment against Joe Comito.
Yeah, what a way to end it with Josh Rock. What a year he's been having. And as Nathan Aspinall says, he feels in his interview one of the true contenders that could take the title.
81 there from Sevada, who started this leg well but hasn't backed it up. 2-3-2 for him. Manby's overtaken him 1-4-3 before that visit. Takes off the 43 to leave a level ton.
Yeah, sensible stuff from Manby. Sevada back on 2-3-2 since that opening 1-2-3 has really struggled to achieve anything so far this leg. Manby now 100. He'll go treble 20. It's underneath. He still stays treble 20 and double 10. It's a lovely 100 shot out from Manby. 4 legs in a row for him, and he continues to look to be the part.
Well, he does, but when you consider we just saw the world number 2 average 97, the world number 10 and European champion average 108. Charlie Manby's actually way off the pace, and no, we're not really talking about him as, not yet anyway, as a contender 100. For the world title, but he's the type of player that makes this sort of mid-80s average look so good.
He is, yeah, he's one of those, but I don't think he's bothered about averages when I've ever spoken to him in the past. He's not bothered about averages, he's bothered about wins. And it's the way to be. We are breeding a sort of a generation of people that are obsessed with averages, and if it's one thing I could take away from a younger player, stop thinking about it.
Well, Nathan Aspinall said as much about his numbers. He said, look, you can only beat what's in front of you. Your job is to win the game, and that's what he did, and he won it 3-0.
140.
Sevada just starting to find a few more 2 treble visits in this match. That was his first 140.
100.
But Manby is down to a finish first against a throw yet again. Sevada hasn't had a dart double in this game. We're halfway through the 5th leg.
And that's how Manby's going to want to keep it. He doesn't want. He's not worried whether Sevada gets a dart double or not. He's looking at that extra payday, the monetary reward that comes with winning this, and the fact that he'll have the most amazing
64.
Christmas in his life this week, and then come back and get his head back on.
97 then to carry on what has been a bit of a procession so far
105.
from Charlie Manby.
Charlie require 97.
Debut campaign, beat Cameron Menzies in the first round. Looking to add Adam Sevada to his
57.
list of conquests in the second.
Adam, you require
Sevada, can he get a dart
120?
double finally from 120?
Well, he's going to start on the treble 20s. He's just under. He can float one over the top. There is space. He's done that. So double top then for Sevada to put his first leg on the board. And he goes under that. Manby now coming back for the same double top for a breaker throw.
Manby then looking at that top target, just over it, but it looks like a decent guide. Double-barreled marker now, surely. In it goes. Charlie Manby carries on, collecting the legs like they're going out of fashion. 5 in a row from Champagne Charlie Manby. Sevada does not know where to look.
No, he doesn't. Being outclassed here by Manby, and Manby's not having to break sweat yet. You think this is his C+ game, to be honest. He's not had to do anything special. Sevada has just not been able to put anything prolonged together. Not even a couple of scores, a couple of treble visits together, and it's proving now to be a long road back.
Yeah, just that one dart double at the end of a 120 attempt in the previous leg, but set play, you know, had that gone in, it could be a different game. Instead, Manby now throwing to make it 6 legs on the spin and 2 sets, and in a little over 11 minutes, Charlie Manby is dismantling one of America's leading lights.
He's up there going, what's all the fuss about this TV darts, Lark? It's a piece of cake.
100.
And I'm sure there'll be plenty of watch parties back in Flockton and Huddersfield and Wakefield in West Yorkshire. Charlie Manby's stomping grounds, they were in the first round. And it's prime time entertainment tonight. He might not steal the show this evening. Jan van Veen did that in the opening match of the night with that brilliant
81.
performance, but Manby is certainly making himself known. 95 then for the second set.
Goes the 19s route, leaves himself 76, hits the treble 20, double 8, hits that as well. The 95 goes as well. Another set goes. He's walking round the stage like a peacock. There's a bit of peacockery going on.
Yeah, we are heading to an ad break, or we should be. I'm not sure what's happened here. It's an ad break, isn't it? Sevada's carried on throwing his darts. Yeah, now finally the music kicks in. He's playing that well. He shocked everyone at Ali Pali. They forgot to press the button. But Charlie Manby has his foot on the throat of his opponent here. Adam Sevada cannot get into this match. Just one dart double in 6 legs. All of them won by Charlie Manby, who on talkSPORT 2 is a set away from round 3, leading Adam Sevada by 2 sets to 0. If you love your darts, whether it's league night, the local, or dreaming of a walk-on anthem, you'll know the right gear makes all the difference. Target Darts are the brand behind Luke Littler's rise. They've been with him from the start, crafting the innovative, high-quality darts he now uses on the sport's biggest stages. And now Target have taken the home setup to another level with the Omni Auto scoring system, instant accurate scoring, and a slick modern way to sharpen your game. So if you want the same equipment trusted by the most electrifying young talent in world darts, visit targetdarts.com and get on target.
It needs to be magic. It needs to be magic. It is magic.
180.
Luke Littler, get on target. be magic. It is magic.
180.
Luke Lickler, get on target.
Darts Championship live on talkSPORT 2 in partnership with Village Hotels. With 34 locations across the UK, visit villagehotels.com. And at Ali Pali, in the curtain closing contest of the evening, Charlie Manby has reeled off 6 successive legs, restricting Adam Sevada of America to just 1 dart at double, and that was at the end of a 120 combination attempt as well. I mean, the biggest surprise, Scott, without being overly rude, is that Adam Sevada's bothered to come back on stage.
Yeah, he just, well, it's not like he's been there much in the first 2 sets, is it? I mean, it's horrible. He's had 1 dart at a double on the end of a 120 combination. And I've always said, you know, you want to get up there and hit your first treble 20 as quickly as you can. Sevada did that. He hit 2 treble 20s with his first visit, and you think, hang on a minute, he's here to stay. And now all of a sudden, can't get darts at a double. It's taking longer and longer to get his first leg on the board, and all the time that it does that, it does play on your mind as a player.
100 from Sevada immediately. Manby puts it up to him by outscoring him in the opening exchanges. 140. Sevada though finds 2 treble 20s. Can he find some belief, Scott?
He's got to find some from somewhere. He's got to find a bit of that belief that he had against Matt Campbell in the first round here.
Charlie Manby isn't slowing down. Back-to-back 140s. His performance levels are creeping up set by set. He stuck 10 points on his average from the first set, 83 to 93. Sevada hasn't moved in the low 70s.
No, he's in absolutely thrown with freedom mode here. You probably never feel more comfortable in a World Championship game than he does this one.
We could end up with a true whitewash here, couldn't we? 9 legs in 18 minutes. Good night.
100.
Absolutely. You know, Sevada just hasn't been here tonight. That's so far, you know, so far. We're not ruling him out, but so far.
Best chance now then, best chance he's had. 3 darts at tops for Adam Sevada to avoid that whitewash. What's he doing? Well, it said tops on the, I think he needed 80. He did, he needed 80. There was a mistake on the score graphic. And he's taken out 80. Whew. He only had 1 dart, but he's taken it out.
Yeah, that shocked a bit there, didn't it?
Yeah, I did think, I heard the referee say 80, but the graphic said 40. The camera went on to double top. Would have been a terrible time to miss count, but he's right, and he's in the match, and he's taken a leg. And he's in the treble 20 again.
81.
Now, the one thing, and you mentioned it this afternoon, actually, Scott, the one little bit of hope, I think, is that we've had the 2 breaks, haven't we now? This game is being played to the end. So if Adam Sevada can win this set, then he's got the momentum and stays on the stage. Charlie Manby would want a break at that point. He won't get one. Yeah,
definitely. It makes a massive, massive difference in the game. And like you say, Sevada's come out,
100.
won that first leg, and there will be no break. There will be no break now to the end of the match. So Charlie Manby is going to have to put his pedal to the metal and chase him here. But what can also happen as a player, you can get caught a little bit cold when a player's been doing absolutely nothing. You've not got to do a great deal other than hit a double at the end of the leg to maybe get him. And when he then starts doing stuff, sometimes it makes it very difficult indeed to up your rhythm immediately. So sometimes you can see a set go past before you know it.
It's a World Darts Championship on talkSPORT 2, live from London's Alexandra Palace. Charlie Manby, 2 sets to the good against Adam Sevada of the USA. Trying desperately to claw his way back into contention, and on the Manby throw, Sevada is down to a 2-darter. 82 when he approaches the hockey again.
Yeah, Manby back on 172. Just hasn't been right quite on it. I mean, he's millimetres away from being big scores, but it's not happening. 82, Sevada's gone 25, 17, and now double top.
62.
Lands underneath, so Manby here needs to get this 114.
Well, I think this would really hurt Sevada if he does. And he does get the treble 20, 14 for tops. Oh, and he's done it as well, you know. He was behind in that leg. Really, it's the first time where he has been trailing by too much, and Charlie Manby just chips in the 114 like it's no trouble at all. His second three-figure out of the match, and Adam Sevada had a real chance to break then. He would have been throwing for the set. Instead, it's one apiece in set 3.
But it has woken him up. That win of a leg from Sevada, and then getting down to that double has woken Manby up.
Beautiful first start, treble 20, couldn't follow it. Only a ton,
100.
but Sevada only went off 44, and he's in danger of being broken already. Needs to put it right in this visit.
Yeah, he sure does. He's running out of legs and time,
39.
isn't he?
One of the sponsors on his shirt reads Disaster Darts, and I think maybe that's quite fitting tonight
57.
for Adam Sevada. It just has not worked for him. Everything has gone wrong, and everything that Charlie Manby has touched has turned to gold.
Yeah, and it goes to show that when you look at the stats on paper and they're very even, and you think this could be a really even game, it's gone to the point where we don't play on paper, we play on a dartboard. And
apparently the dartboard is made out of paper, according to Chris Mason.
Depends which brand you buy, I would imagine, but yes.
134.
I used to have a paper dartboard.
Didn't leave it out in the rain, did you?
Not a mark on it, Scott. 210 Manby, 378 Sevada. 2-0 in sets to Charlie Manby, the young Yorkshireman. 1-all in legs in set 3.
140.
Up the pace of his throw slightly, and that sorted the things out here for Manby. He sat on 70 to break the Sevada throw. Sevada back on 278. He's hit a treble there, but it's not going to help him. Manby's got 6 from here for 70 at minimum.
Treble 18, so double 8. Misses the first on the outside. Can't find the second, but Sevada isn't going to punish him because he's back on 198.
No, it's just going to be a case of trying to find his range here, Sevada, for the next leg.
92.
Which he's going to be up against it because Manby has the dart. So Manby then for double 8. Hits it first dart. He's over the moon with that. His mum is in the crowd. She's over the moon with it as well.
Tough school for Adam Sevada tonight against a kid that's not long out of school. Charlie Manby is one leg away from making it a 3-0 victory and 9-1 in legs as well. That is a dominant performance by any measure.
You have to say that Adam Sevada just hasn't found his range this evening to be able to compete. And I think that Manby's got more gears. If he was asked more questions, I think he'd have another gear or two.
121.
Only 60 for Manby with his opening salvo, though, so a little bit of a light at the end of a very long, dark tunnel for Sevada. Oh, hang on a minute, that light's disappearing.
180.
Charlie chucks in his second Manby maximum of the match.
Takes him over the 90 average as well. Sevada back on 77.
123.
It shows the golf.
Yeah, I think that light was an oncoming train, wasn't it? Manby with 2 single 20s. Make that 3. Sevada on 257. If he can find one treble, he'll be first to a finish. Against the throw, he's found that treble.
Has to stay straight.
100.
And did. 157, Manby on his shoulder. 201 before these. Single 20 just below the treble, in the treble 20. And then utilises the 25 to make it 96.
Yeah, Manby 96 are 2 darters. Sevada coming in on the 157. He misses the treble 20, and he misses the treble 20 again. So we've got 40 in the board above the treble 20. Misses the treble 19, so he leaves 97. But it's all about Manby in this 96 for the match.
And for a really dominant display from Charlie Manby, single 20, treble 20, gets a dart at double 8 and wins it in style. He jumps around the Ali Palace stage in celebration, and it really was a champagne performance against a flat Adam Sevada, who didn't really land a glove on Charlie Manby in that one. In the end, the average just went above 90, 90.88. 2 ton plus checkouts for Charlie Manby, 100 and 114. He's added to his victory over Cameron Menzies. That was a very different kind of darts match, but this one, wow. Charlie Manby has just blown Adam Sevada away. For a young man, he has taken to World Championship darts, Scott Mitchell, like a duck to water.
He has indeed. He's taken to the limelight. He's taken to being known by the crowd, and I think that he has a very, very bright future, not just in this tournament, I think in the for the rest of his darting life.
Brilliant performance from him. Great performances this evening all round, really, Scott. Let's just talk through them, shall we? Because Jan van Veen started the party tonight, didn't he, with that brilliant 3-1 victory against Alan Suter. Now, in the end, he averaged 108, but it could have been different, couldn't it? Suter missed a dart to lead that 2-0.
Absolutely, and he actually hit double 16 and bust himself back, so he made it even more difficult. But I've got to say, Van Veen looked really tidy. Once he then got a set on the board, he looked confident, and then he started to just go through the motions.
Nathan Aspinall beating Leonard Gates 3-0. All of the sets went 3-1 in that one. Scott, Nathan did exactly what he needed to do, I suppose.
He did. Gates came here and won legs in sets. He's done that every time he's been here, but Nathan was just too powerful for him. The scoring was too much for him, and then the finishing was there, and Nathan looked in a very relaxed mood up there as well.
And Luke Humphries, well, he did take his foot off the gas towards the end against Paul Lim, but those first couple of sets, boy, brilliant performance. Statement stuff from the world number 2, a 3-0 win in the end, and Lim leaves a legend, of course, but Humphries just showed everybody he's very much up for the fight and getting his world title back.
Yeah, absolutely. Really strong in the early legs as well. Not to give the 71-year-old Paul Lim and even a flicker of a chance. If he came out here thinking he had a chance after set 1 being 115 average, he knew that was probably a little bit above what he's got these days.
And just another word on Charlie Manby. Yes, Adam Sevada didn't throw much at him, only 3 darts at double in the entire game. But for a young man who's never been on a big stage like this before, he's acquitted himself very, very well.
You still got to do the good things right and the right things correctly, and he did all of that and gave us a show which everybody was waiting here to see.
Well, that's the end of the penultimate day of action before Christmas, but we will be back with more tomorrow from 12:30 on talkSPORT 2. Just run you through the fixtures in the afternoon. Johnny Tata against Ryan Meikle. Daryl Gurney takes on Callan Ridge. Jermaine Watermainer versus Scott Williams, and Peter Wright versus Arno Merck. Then the bigger stories come in the evening with Danny Noppert against Justin Hood. Gary Anderson versus Connor Scott. Michael Van Gerwen takes on Willie O'Connor, and Josh Rock against Joe Comitar. I just want to ask you about one of those matches, Scott. Van Gerwen against O'Connor. Will he produce the best performance of the first round? Is Michael Van Gerwen in a spot of bother there?
He could well be, but Willie's got to come out and perform like that against Michael. Michael's a phenomenon. We all know what he's done in the past with the game. We all know it's still in there, and you never know. You always think about your opponent playing their best when you go to play them.
A reminder as well that James Wade was knocked out this afternoon. 13 seeds out in the first 2 rounds so far. A tournament of shocks, but tonight the favourites have done the business. Champagne performances from Charlie Manby, Luke Humphries, Nathan Aspinall, and the performance of the tournament so far from Jan van Veen, who's shown that he is a contender for the World Darts Championship. We will be back at 12:30 tomorrow on talkSPORT 2 and of course on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Next up on talkSPORT 2 it is going to be EFL All Access with Hugh Woozencroft, but tonight from the Ali Pali we've signed off with a champagne showing from a young man called Charlie Manby, but earlier this evening Jan van Veen produced a standout display. Thanks for being with us here on talkSPORT 2.